What is that rattling? It's driving me crazy. Hey there, BikeBlogger here. On my way home from work. It's a Friday night. So tonight, I wanted to point out there are 7 billion people in this world. It's a crowded world, especially if you live in some really big cities. All right, the hill we go. So, I don't know, the population was like 2.5 billion before the Second World War. So we're talking like 1940 or thereabouts, depending on when you consider the war actually began. And then between 1950, I'm going off this website, link in the description below. Let's let the car go. Between 1950 and 2000, the population doubled. It's crazy, it's insane. It went from like 2.5 billion to over 5 billion, so it more than doubled. You're hearing a little bike noise. Bike noises are no fun. Stop here. Trying to figure out what it is. Anyway, yeah, so it more than doubled, which is crazy. I mean, in my lifetime, the world has added, I don't know, 1.5 billion or something. And a lot of developed countries, though, the birth rate has actually dropped, in some cases quite dramatically. I know in China, they just lifted a ban on having more than one kid, but let's face it, if you live in China, you probably can't afford more than one kid anyway. Whew, stop. Now where's that line on the ground? If I don't find it, I'm gonna have to, let's see. There it is, it's right there, it's right in front of me, right here. So if I put my bike right on it, it should change green for us in a little bit. In the meantime, we can try to figure out what the heck is that rattling noise. It's up front on the cockpit of the bike, I know. I don't know if it's the light or what. Car behind me now. Should get our turn soon. It's getting colder. What is it? It's like November something. Mid-November now. Alright. There we go. Yeah, I still hear the rattling. I don't know what it is. Oh, this is nice. They repaved this road finally. That's pretty sweet. Let's get over to the left. Now, what is that rattling? It's driving me crazy. So, birth rate, death rate, obviously people living longer. blame science for that if you don't, or thank science for that people live longer, depending on how you look at it. Gotta be positive. It's good to live a long, prosperous life. But it reminds me of a website I remember. I don't really remember many websites that I used to frequent when I was younger, because I've been on the internet since basically for 20 years now. And I mean, one of them I do remember though. It's called deathclock.com. It's just got this basic calculator on there. You tell you enter your BMI, body mass index, and it basically tells you when you're gonna die. I don't think it's very accurate though. Well, obviously it can't be very accurate, but the death year that it came up for me, I was like, nah. That's off at least by 10 years. I expect to live at least 10 years beyond that. So yeah, I don't think that calculator is all accurate. I don't know where they, like what they, how it works exactly, but that website though, it hasn't changed and it's been around for a long time. So I don't know what the death clock is for the death clock website. Whew. And here's another fun fact. So yeah, there's like over 7 billion people living on Earth right now. But you might not realize or not know that actually the 7 people, the living on Earth right now account for 6.5% or more of all the people who have ever lived. So think of all the people who have come and gone over the millennia, and the people living now account for a good chunk of that. I mean, yeah, it's only a bit over 5%, but to think that the centuries worth of people on the planet or whatever now contribute that much. Now, how do they, where the heck do those numbers come from? So it says like, 108 billion people have ever lived on the earth. Well, they say that 2 people, I'm gonna guess male and female, were on the earth 52, I guess, 1,000 years ago. Now, I don't know, I'm not an, what do you call this, anthropologist? I don't know exactly where on the timeline Homo sapiens really came about, but, so I don't know about that number 50,000 years ago, but, heck, some of you probably don't even believe in that. Evolution, that is, so I'm just spinning my wheels. Woo! It's Friday. It's Friday night. And it's cold. It is cold, yeah. It's getting below freezing now. That's why I got my coat on. Car, truck, whatever. I do hope though that it does snow. I mean, it always does every year, but I hope we get some nice good snows this year, get some good videos in. mix things up, because the winter can sort of really drag on. Things aren't as colorful and whatnot. So put a blanket of snow on everything and make it a little nicer. That bike noise is back. Woo! Must be something really simple. Sure, my light's not gonna fall out. I wonder if I twist the cap on all the way for the battery. I don't know what it is. If I figure it out, I'll leave the answer in the video description below, as usual. Stop, car's coming. Nobody behind me, so we'll just wait for these last couple of cars, and then we'll, oh, green light. No one was waiting at the green light though. I was sitting at the yield sign. Anyway, let's take it on home, BikeBlogger. See you next time.